Hello and welcome back once again to product placement. So as you can see by the decorations, we still are in the month of October. It is still spooky season and we have more products to try. So in one of the previous videos I mentioned that I saw a product back in August that was themed for Halloween, and that is one of the products we're going to be trying today. So when I went back to get the product as we got closer to the month of October, suddenly it was no longer available and there was a summertime themed product in its place. I did grab that one. We'll be trying that later because we're way past summer now. So that'll be next month after we get out of spooky season. But for right now, the product I was going to get, I suddenly couldn't find anywhere. And I searched and searched and searched. And then finally one day I was out working and I drove past another branch of the store that I originally saw it at. And I said, just out of curiosity, let me run in there and see if they have it. They did, so I bought it, but it had to sit in my glove box in my car most of the day, so it was probably pretty melted by the time I got home and was able to put it in the fridge. And then just the other day I went down to CVS to pick up a couple things there, and they had a whole shelf full of them. So I probably could have got one there and not had to be all melted, but I do have one. It's probably a little melty, but it has been in the refrigerator, so it should be okay. But in addition to that, when I was looking online to see what other stores might carry it so I could try looking someplace else, I found that it wasn't just one seasonal item, but there are actually 3 in this line for this season. So I had to hunt around to find those, and while I was at the CVS, they had them, but not in individual. They had them in the big bags of like Halloween candy to give out. So I was gonna get them, but I was like, well, do I really want to spend that much on something I may not like? But then I noticed they did have them on sale where I could basically get 2 for the price of 1. So I said, well, if I'm basically getting the second bag free, fine, we'll get it. So I got both of those, and then as I was leaving, I saw that they did actually have the other one in the bag as well, where I could have got that plus another thing of like normal Reese's or something and gotten 4 bags for the price of 2, but I'd already picked up the one as an individual, so I opted not to get it, saved myself the $6, whatever it was. So those are our products for today, but first we need to clear our table here. So we're going to pull out our wand and we're going to say the magic words, Expelliarmus. And we can't film anything under these lights, so we'll wave our wand again and say Lumos. And there we have it. Now, of course, we have to summon our items so we can see what they are. So, product number 1, the one I had to search all over for, Accio product. And there it is. And as you can see here, this is a KitKat, and this is KitKat Ghost Toast. So Ghost Toast is supposed to taste like Cinnamon Toast Crunch from what I've heard. So we'll see how that one goes. But as I said, there are 2 more items we're going to be trying today. So again, Accio product. And here we have our first of the big bags, and these are KitKat Breaking Bones. So from what I've read, these are basically just a white cream, kind of white chocolate-ish type of KitKat. So we'll probably do these ones first since they're just a generic flavor, and we'll save the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one for last. So now we need our third and final product. So once again, I'll take out our wand, Accio product. And here we have the last of our products. These are KitKat Witch's Brew. And these are supposed to be a marshmallow cream flavored, and they are also green in color. So we'll probably do these ones second. So our order is going to be, once I summon the rest of them back, Accio all products. All right, so here we have our 3 items, and we're going to do them in roughly this order. Breaking Bones, since those are just white cream. Witch's Brew, because those are marshmallow cream. And finally, our single boy over here, the Ghost Toast, which is a Cinnamon Toast Crunch kind of flavor. All right, so let's get into these. Put our wand away. The first one we're going to do is our bone breakers. Pop it open here so you can see these are new. I have not already tried them. And there we have our one little individual serving size. Let's rip it open. As you can see on the camera there, it is just a white colored KitKat. Let's give it the smell test and see if it has any distinguishable scent. It has a milky smell, like a cream, kind of a vanilla-ish. A little bit on the white chocolate, but not really. I'm getting more cream than white chocolate. So, let's take a bite and see what we think. Cheers. All right, it's not dissimilar to something I've had before. Again, just kind of that creamy milkiness. It kind of coats your palate a bit with that creaminess, but it's not like a heavy white chocolate kind of flavor. White chocolate has a bit more of a pronounced flavor. This has more, like I said, towards the creamy side, which makes sense because it's supposed to be vanilla cream. So I do get a slight taste of vanilla. There was a slight hint of the vanilla in the smell test as well. Kind of like if you just open up a bottle of vanilla extract and took a quick sniff, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's vanilla. But it's not heavy, it's not overpowering. But yeah, overall not bad. If you like vanilla or cream, more that milky type of flavor, KitKat, you'll probably like this one. There's not a lot to it, so that's all for that one. So Expelliarmus. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our second product of the night, which, as I said, is Witch's Brew, and it is supposed to be a marshmallow and cream, so it'll probably taste similar to the last one, but a bit more on the marshmallowy side, maybe a toasted marshmallow. So there's that, and this one is in a nice little purple wrapper. Let's open it up. And it has that nice toxic fluorescent green. You probably can't see it that well on camera, but it is green. Let's give it the smell test and see if it smells like a marshmallow. That has an odd scent. I kind of see where they're going for with the marshmallow scent, but it's a little off. It almost smells kind of like soap. That could be something with whatever they're using to dye this green. I mean, it's not a bad smell, but it's kind of like if you're doing the dishes and you kind of got that scent of like Dawn dish soap kind of floating in the air. It's not off-putting. It's not real heavy on the soap. I am getting a cream smell as well. But yeah, there's something off in that smell. Let's see if it tastes better than it smells. Cheers. So it is definitely a different flavor than the Bone Breakers. I don't know if I would call that marshmallow. It's not a toasted marshmallow, maybe a plain marshmallow, but yeah, there's something off with the flavor of that. I am getting the creaminess as well. It's like coating my mouth like the other one did. But yeah, there's almost something else to it, almost like it's too sugary. Like they're trying to make it taste like a generic marshmallow, like you would get in like Lucky Charms or something. But those marshmallows are actually good. This one, I don't know. It's not horrible, like I'll eat them, but I would prefer the Bone Breakers over this. So yeah, it has kind of a marshmallowy, kind of cream flavor, but there's something else in there. It's almost made like a fruit flavoring, like a little bit of lemon or a lime or something. I can't quite place it, but there's something giving it a weird scent and aftertaste. Like I said, they're not bad. Whatever I don't hand out to trick-or-treaters, which will probably be none because I don't get many trick-or-treaters here, I'll be able to finish whatever is left over, but I would prefer the Bone Breakers over this one. All right, so let's do away with this one, Expelliarmus. All right, so then we're on to our final product of the night, which is the Ghost Toast, the one that I had to hunt all over for, so this better be worth it. So let's just get into it and see what we think. So this one is a nice translucent orange color, as you can see there. Let's give it the smell test and see if it smells like cinnamon toast. Definitely get cinnamon. There is kind of a toasty kind of smell to it as well. Not like toast, but almost like a toasted marshmallow. So yeah, as far as the smell goes, I think they're pretty spot on with this one. It smells like cinnamon, smells a bit toasted. Let's break one of these off and see how it tastes. All right, so here we have one, and cheers. Okay, so when I took the initial bite, I wasn't getting any cinnamon toast or anything. I was mainly just getting the creaminess of the chocolate or the vanilla cream or whatever is on this one. Again, a white chocolate, kind of creamy base chocolate since it is colored. So it's not milk chocolate, it's not dark chocolate, it's more on the white chocolate side. But again, that creaminess kind of overriding all the other flavors. But as I chewed it more, I started to get more of the cinnamon, more of the toastiness, and now the lingering aftertaste I have definitely tastes like cinnamon toast. With the milkiness of the cream flavoring, it almost tastes like Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal because you're getting the cinnamon toast and the milk at the same time, so it's kind of like a cereal type of flavor, which is probably why the toast aspect of it isn't that overpowering, and the crunchiness of the wafer definitely adds to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal type of thing. Although it doesn't say it's supposed to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal, just that it's cinnamon toast flavored. So this one, like I said, the creaminess kind of overpowers it at first, but the aftertaste is definitely there. They nailed this one. A little bit less creaminess, a little bit more on the cinnamon toast. It would have been slightly better, but overall this one's not bad. Was it worth hunting down as much as I did? Yes and no. I'm not disappointed that I got to try it, but was it worth the effort I went through? Probably not. So my rankings on these would be this one top, followed by Bone Breaker because that's just a generic kind of flavor. This one has that same creaminess, but gives you a little bit of extra something at the end. Bone Breaker is just kind of a nice, smooth, creamy, vanilla white chocolate kind of thing. Witch's Brew, not bad, but it has like this odd, almost citrusy undertone that kind of takes me out of it. So that is it for this episode. Again, as always, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Links are in the description. Ring the bell, make sure you get notifications every time I post new content. And until next time, Knox.